Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this segment also, so guys, in this video I'm just going to talk about 40 more questions on the interview of like Azure. These are the very frequently asked questions, very common questions, very important and real-time questions. So you may face all the questions, and I'm sure after going this video you will be able to crack your interview of Azure if you are going for Azure Administrator or Azure Admin. So guys, I'm not wasting much time here. But before going further, I will tell you like I have YouTube channel where I have uploaded lots of videos on different technology, security, server, network, antivirus, couple of things, some around 380 videos. So as you can see here, if you wish, you can go through, have a look, and you can uh, take the advantage of all the information available and make things easy for you guys. And don't forget to click on this bell button notification, so if I upload anything, you will be getting like updated videos, information like that. So just try to learn, and if you have anything, just put me on comment. I will try to fix it and answer your questions. So guys, I'm not wasting much time in this. I'm just taking you throughout all the questions with answers. So guys, the very first question, very basic questions would be like what is cloud computing? So you should be able to answer this question. So answer should be very simple to make understand to the interviewer and yourself, to make to explain it. So it is just a server which is kept on internet to store, manage and process data. This is the simple explanation or answer of what is cloud computing. So it is a server which is kept on internet, and you are using it to store data, manage data and process data. The difference is like it is not in your you can read couple of things here. It is not in your or at your own server, data center or data center, basically on premises. It is kept somewhere, and it is owned by someone else, and it could be given to multiple people, and multiple people can be using this server, and you will have to pay them for the amount of time you use it for. So if you are using it for 2 hours, you will have to pay for 2 hours. If you are using it for 4 hours, you will have to pay 4 hours, and that server can be given to multiple people to use. That is called cloud computing. Very simple to answer these questions. In the same way, we have one more next question. What are the different cloud deployment models? So you have to answer all the cloud deployment models. So basically we have three, but one more is there, which is known as fast. So I'm not included in this question. So guys, public cloud is like very first one is public cloud. So it will be owned by some cloud provider and who is providing cloud service, and the server that you are using could be multi-tenant. So the amount is very simple, the meaning is very simple. The server whichever you are going to use from cloud provider, that can be given to multiple people, that is known as public cloud. Next one is private cloud. So in this, that infrastructure is owned by you, or your cloud provider give you the service exclusively. So that cloud provider can give you access, or you will have control, or they can provide you control. This is the situation in private cloud. You want to host website, so hosting your website on your server, okay, your own server, or hosting your website with the cloud provider on a dedicated server. So in this condition, you can have your own hardware, or you can take server from service provider. So that is called private cloud, and you can host your website on cloud by taking dedicated server from cloud provider. So that is called private cloud. Next one is hybrid. So hybrid cloud is a combination of both public as well as private cloud. So in this, using your in-house server for confidential data, okay, and public cloud, you are hosting a website, company public like company website, or something you want to share with public data. So that is you can have, and that kind of setup would be hybrid cloud. Next question, what are the different types of service offered in the cloud? So there are three basic service offered in cloud. One is IaaS, and next one is PaaS, and PaaS basically, and next one is SaaS, SaaS, And guys, if we talk about first one, infrastructure as a service, so in this infrastructure as a service, you get the raw hardware from the cloud provider as a service. That is, you get a server which you can configure with your own will. For example, Azure virtual machines or Amazon EC2. So this is an example of infrastructure as a service, and this you will get hardware, server hardware. Next one is PaaS. So it is a platform and gives you a platform to publish without giving the access to the underlying software or OS. For example, web application, mobile apps in Azure. Next one is SaaS, which is service, software as a service. So you get software as a service in Azure, that is no infrastructure, no platform, simple software that can use without purchasing it. For example, when you launch a virtual machine on Azure, you are not buying the operating system, okay, but that they are providing, you are basically renting it for the time you will be running that instance. So this is example of SaaS. If you are creating any virtual machine, you need one operating system, so you're not paying for that, you are paying for that instance what you're going to use. That is called SaaS, software as a service. So guys, next question. I have some private server on my premises and I have distributed some workload on public. So what kind of architecture it is called? Hybrid, virtual private network, virtual private cloud, or hybrid cloud, or private cloud. So you got four options. Answer should be hybrid because it is a combination of public as well as private network or cloud basically. So answer should be D in the sense fourth. Okay. Next question. What is Microsoft Azure and why is it used? So Microsoft Azure is like, it is a cloud service which is given by Microsoft. So it is called Microsoft Azure. And the who is providing cloud service, that is known as cloud provider, just like internet service provider. So there are lots of provider available. Out of them, one is Microsoft Azure. And why it is used, why we should use it, is used for accessing Microsoft's infrastructure for cloud. So Microsoft will provide you infrastructure and you can use for that for clouding or whatever you want, whatever is your requirement, or whatever is the requirement of your organization to go for clouding. Guys, next question again you got in this multiple choice. Which service in Azure is used to manage resources in Azure basically? So there is a service which is known as Azure Resource Manager, and it is used to manage all the resources on Azure. So if you want more about it, so Azure Resource Manager is used to manage infrastructure which involves a number of resources, Azure services. It can be used to deploy, manage and delete all the resources together by using simple JSON script. So Azure Resource Manager will be taking care of all the resource management. Next question guys, which of the following web applications can be deployed with Azure? So all can be deployed like ASP.NET, PHP, WCF, or so answer should be D in the sense 4. Next question, what are roles in Azure and types? So guys, there are basically 3 roles available in Azure and they have their certain roles. So the very first one is web role, second one is worker role, and third one is VM role. So let me tell you about what is role basically. So these are server basically, okay, and these are managed, load balanced, and platform as service virtual machines that work together to achieve common goals. So these are server basically. They have certain goal like we have to provide fault tolerance, we have to provide 100% service, there should not be downtime. So that is the basic use of all the servers and roles. And if we talk about the very first one, which is next question would be, please describe the role in Azure. Okay, you have to describe all the roles now one by one. So let's discuss. The very first one is web role. So what is the use of web role? So it is nothing but it is used to deploy websites for hosting websites. So that is the main use of web role. Like a web role is basically used to deploy website using language supported by IIS platform like PHP, .NET, etc. It is configured and customized to run web applications. The next one is worker role. So worker role is nothing but it is a supporting to web role. Okay, and it used to execute background process, unlike the web role which is used to deploy the websites. So it is a helper, you can say it is a helper role to web role. Next one is virtual machine role. So guys, which is that this virtual machine role is used to schedule certain tasks and other Windows services. This role can be used to customize the machines on which the web and worker role is running. So it is like just scheduling couple of tasks and services Windows. So these are the three roles we have in Azure. And next one, you got blank. Okay, blank space, you need to fill that. So blank is a virtual machine instance running Microsoft IIS web server that can accept and respond to HTTP or HTTPS request. So I'm accessing something from here like google.com or anything on internet. So that request is listening by something, for example facebook.com. Okay, so this request I'm getting this web page from somewhere. So that is what that is called, like what it is actually, like web or server or worker or client. So it is called web. Okay, so answer should be A. It is known as a web role is responsible for this, or web role is virtual machine instance running Microsoft IIS. Next one, so you can read here like even this worker role can only communicate with Azure storage and clients direct connection if they have direct connections, but he cannot respond to HTTP or HTTPS request. Next one, is it possible to create virtual machine using resource manager in virtual network? That was created in or using classic deployment? No, it is not supported. Next question, what are virtual machine skill set in Azure? So guys, skill set is a combination of two words. One is skill itself and second one sets. So it is a set. Okay, pre-configured virtual machine can be deployed in bulk. That is the main concept of skill sets. So Azure, or you can say like virtual machine skill sets are Azure compute resource that you can use to deploy and manage a set of identical virtual machines. Okay, and with all the virtual machines configured the same, skill sets are designed to support through auto scale and no provisioning of virtual machine is required. So the meaning is very simple. See, you do not need to worry about what is written here. There should be simple understanding. It is a mechanism or it is a service where you can configure certain sort of configuration and you can deploy if required in future. So it can be done automatically deployment as required, and if you need to deploy like 500 or thousands machine for the deployment of big data or containerized workload, so in that condition you can use skill set. You can configure I want 5 GB 1 TB and 4 GB RAM virtual machine. So you can configure it, and when it has to deployed you can define that that is called schedule basically. So it will be done automatically. You do not need to configure one by one. So that is called skill sets. Now next question, are data disks supported with skill set? Yes, a skill set can define and attest data disk configuration that applies to all virtual machine in set. Next question guys, what is availability set? So availability set is just like it is a logical group of lots of multiple VM that allow to understand how your application is built to provide redundancy and availability. It is recommended that 2 or more virtual machines or VMs are created within an availability set to provide high available application and to meet 99.95 Azure SLA. So Azure will give you agreement, they will provide you SLA of 99.95%. So your application will be available. So the concept is very simple. There will be 2 server or multiple server, and if you are creating any VM, it will be going to multiple servers. So if one is down, your application or your VM will be accessible from another. So that is called SLA from Azure, and that is called 99.95% service level agreement basically. So that is called availability set, grouping multiple virtual machine or servers to provide availability of availability or redundancy to your application. Next one is what are fault domains. So fault domains, and one more is like next question is update domains. So these are part of availability set. So what are fault domains? So fault domains is nothing but, again, it is a logical group of underlying hardware that share a common power source and network switches similar to rack within on premises data centers. So fault domain will be part of availability set. Next one is, if you want to understand or if you want to learn more, when you create virtual machine within an availability set, and the Azure platform automatically distributes your virtual machine across these fault domains. So these are known as fault domains. Okay, multiple servers. Next, this approach limits the impact of potential physical hardware failure. So even if one is like failed, your network outage is there, one rack is down, still your application will be accessible from other. That is called fault domain. Next one is update domain. So this an update domain is logical group. Again, it is also a logical group, and in this what can be happen? Hardware, underlying hardware that can undergo maintenance or can be rebooted at the same time. So the meaning is same here. Again, it is a like group. If this is going for maintenance, okay, at the same time application can be accessed from here. So that is called update domain. And if you want a little more, let me tell you one by one. As you create virtual machine within a availability set, the Azure platform automatically distributes your virtual machines across these updates domains. So if you are creating any virtual machine, it will go one by one, I mean all the locations. And next thing about it, this approach ensures that at least one instance of your application always remain running. So if this is down, application instance will be running from second one, as the Azure platform undergoes periodic maintenance. So if it is a maintenance, still it is accessible from here. And the next thing about it, the order of update domains being rebooted may not proceed sequentially during planned maintenance, but here only one update domain is rebooted at a time. All cannot be rebooted, okay, in one shot. One by one it will be rebooting. So until it is not rebooted, this will remain working, okay, and until it is not came to actual state working condition, this will not get rebooted. So that is also the service Azure is providing here. The next question is, guys, what are network security group? So network security group is nothing but it is an access control list, a rule that allows or deny network traffic to a subnet or NIC or both. So you can apply allow to deny permission on network traffic on a subnet or on an NIC, like network security groups can be associated with either subnets or individual NIC connected to one subnet. When an NSG is associated with the subnet, the access ACL basically rules apply to all the virtual machines in that subnet. Next question, do skill set work with Azure availability set? Yes, it does. It works. It provides by default five fault domain and 5 update domains. An availability set of virtual machine can exist in the same virtual network as the skill set of virtual machines. Next question, what is break fix issue? So break fix issue is nothing but it is technical problems are basically called break fix issue. It is an industry term which refers to work involved in supporting a technology when it is failed in the normal course of its function, which requires intervention by supporting on the organization to be restored to working order. So the meaning is very simple. I am taking operating system from Microsoft. So if there is a issue, they have to provide me to fix that issue. If there is a issue in that technology, whatever it is, or if I'm taking a cloud service and I'm not able to use it, so they have to help me to fix those issues. That is known as break fix issues basically. So that organization has to be part of that. They have to intervene. So that is called break fix issue. Next question, what is Azure Active Directory used? Why is Active Directory used? So guys, whether it is Azure or your on-premises Active Directory, in both the condition it is used for access management, identity and access management. So here again it is used to grant access to your employees to specific product and services in your networks. Next question, for example, like Salesforce, Twitter, etc. And Azure AD has some built-in support for application in its gallery, which can be added directly. Next question, where can I find a list of applications that are pre-integrated with Azure AD and their capabilities? So guys, some around 2600 pre-integrated applications are given by Azure. So it can be accessed by like single sign-on, and single sign-on let you use your organization's credentials to access your apps. Some of the application also support automated provisioning and deprovisioning. And next question, how can I use application with Azure AD that I am using at my premises? So I have some application at my home itself. I'm talking about on premises in my home, and I want to use or I want to access it with Azure AD. So yeah, we can use it very easily. There is no big problem in this. There is no big challenge. So Azure AD gives you an easy and secure way to connect to web application you choose. You can access this application in the same way, the way you are accessing or you are using your SaaS applications in Azure AD. No need for a VPN to change your network infrastructure. In this, easily you can connect it and use it. And that is a mechanism or application, basically Azure AD Connect, okay, available by Azure, Microsoft Azure. So guys, next question is, what is Azure Service Fabric? So Azure Service Fabric is nothing but it is a distributed system platform that makes it easy to package, deploy and manage scalable and reliable microservices. And in this you can see it eliminates lots of problem for administrator. Like they do not need to worry about implementing big or complex infrastructure. They can just focus on their work and what is the requirement of your organization, like focus on implementing mission critical demanding workload that are scalable and reliable and manageable, and also address the significant challenges of developing and managing cloud applications. Next question, what is VNet? VNet is nothing but it is a short form of virtual network, okay, and your VNet is representation of your own network in the cloud. It logically isolates your instances launched in cloud from the rest of your resources. Next question, what are difference between subscription administrator and Active Directory or directory administrator? So guys, if you are anyone, he or she, if you are creating any user account on Azure, so that is called your subscription administrator. And subscription administrator can use either Microsoft or work or a school account from directory that Azure subscription is associated with, and this role is authorized to manage services in Azure portal. And if other need to sign in and access services by using the same subscription, you can add them as a co-admin. So that is called subscription administrator, okay. So you can use portal services only. And if we talk about directory administrator, so guys, Azure AD has different set of admin roles to manage directory and identity related features, and these admin will have access to various features in Azure portal or Azure classic portal. And the admin's role determines what they can do, like creating users, assigning administrative privileges, resetting password, managing user licenses and other things. So these are the difference between subscription administrator and directory administrator. Next question, guys, are there any scale limitation for customer using managed disk? So no, managed disk eliminates the limits associated with storage accounts, and however the number of managed disk per subscription is limited to 2000 by default. Next question, what is the difference between service bus and storage bus? So guys, first of all I will talk about storage bus. So storage queues basically. So the Azure storage queues is simple and the developer experience is quite good. It uses the local Azure storage emulator and debugging is made easy, quite easy in this. And the Azure service bus are built into the service bus and are able to forward messages to other queue and topics. So now I'm talking about service bus queues. And apart from this, they have built-in dead letter queue and masses have a time to live that you control, and hence masses don't automatically disappear after 7 days in this. And Azure service queue, bus service queue have the ability of deleting themselves after a configurable amount of idle time. So you can configure how and after how long or how many days or how many hours that queue will be deleted automatically. I'm talking about service bus queue. For example, this feature is very practical when you create any queue for some user or each user, because if a user hasn't interacted with a queue for a past 1 month, it automatically gets clean it up, and it is also cost saving in that in that condition. Next question, what is Azure Redis Cache? So Redis Cache is nothing but it is a open source BSD licensed in memory data store, and it is used for database or as a database cache and message blocker. Next thing about this Redis cache, so Azure Redis cache is based on a popular open source that is called Redis cache itself, and it gives you access to a secure dedicated Redis cache managed by Microsoft and accessible from any application within Azure. Next one, it supports data structures such as strings, hashes, lists, sets, sorted cells with range queries, bitmaps, and geospatial indexes and Redis queries. And the next question is very simple. What are Redis databases? So guys, very simple. It is just logical separation of data within the same Redis instance, and the cache memory is shared between all the databases, and actual memory consumption of a given database depends on the key or value stored in that database particularly. Next question, is it possible to add an existing virtual machine to availability set? No, it is not possible. You have to keep that virtual machine at the time of creation only. You cannot add once your availability set is created and you have created one virtual machine separately. So it is not possible to add any existing virtual machine to availability set. Next question, what are the username, password or username requirement basically when you are creating a virtual machine? So basically guys, it can be like maximum of 20 character, and it should not end with any dot and all. And there are certain username which are not allowed, like administrator, admin. So these are, you can see here, couple of username are not supported in virtual machine in Azure basically. So you can see here on my screen. Next question, what are the password requirement? In previous question it was username. Now I'm talking about password requirement. So password requirement, like it could be, and it must be 12 to 123 character in length, and it should meet 3 of the 4 following requirements. One is it should have one lowercase, one uppercase, and one digit, and have special characters. Next question, not next question again. Here we have certain not allowed password like ABC, pass, like this. Again you can see a couple of things here in on your here in the screen. So these passwords are not allowed. Next question, how much storage can I use with virtual machine? So guys, each disk can have up to 1 terabyte, and the number of data disks which you can use depends on the size of your virtual machine. What are the various power states of virtual machine? So you should know all the power states very carefully, because it is very important to save cost. So the very first one is starting your virtual machine is in progress to get started and running. Your virtual machine is running properly. Stopping, it is getting stopped, it indicates. And the next one is it got stopped. So in this condition, if your virtual machine is stopped, still it is chargeable. So you have to ensure and you should know about it. And deallocating is like it is in process to deallocate your machines. And next one is deallocated, so that process is done. Now once that machine is deallocated, so it will be removed from your hypervisor, and but still it will be available in control panel. So in that condition, once your machine is deallocated, it will not be chargeable, but once it is stopped, it will be chargeable. And this has, it shows that there is no state of, it indicates that the power state of the virtual machine is unknown. So these are the state of virtual machines, power state basically. And the next question, why was my client disconnected from the cache? So there are two reasons. One is client side causes for this, and one is server side. So the first of all, what could be the reason for this? Like the client application was redeployed, client application performed a scaling operation, or in the case of cloud services or web apps, this may be due to auto scaling. The networking layer of the client side changed, and you can read a couple of things here, guys. And the next one is like server side. So what could be? On the standard cache offering, the Azure Redis cache service initiated failover is not working properly, or it got failed from primary node to secondary node, and Azure was patching the instance where the cache was deployed. Okay, and this can be for Redis server updates or general virtual machine maintenance. These are the causes why my client disconnected from cache. Next one is, what is Azure search? So Azure search is nothing but, guys, it gives you you can search couple of things from here, what are the available on Azure. So Azure search is a cloud search as a service solution that delegates servers and infrastructure management to Microsoft, leaving you with a ready to use service that you can populate with your data, and then use to add search to your web and mobile applications. Next question, not next question. Azure search allow you to usually add reverse such experience to your applications using simple REST API or .NET SDK without managing such search infrastructure or becoming an expert in search. Next question, marketplace. So how are Azure marketplace subscription price? So guys, price will be different as per product you are using or you are taking from Azure. So answer should be this much only. You will have different services, and you will have different charges for that. Now guys, next question, what is the difference between price, software price, and total price in the cost structure a virtual machine offers in Azure marketplace? So the very first one is price. It refers to the cost of the virtual machine to run software. Okay, the very first thing, price. If you are running any software, that is, for that you need to pay, and that is called price, that cost. Next one is software price. It refers to the cost of publishing software running on the virtual machine. If you are publishing any software on a particular virtual machine, or on a virtual machine, that cost will be called as software cost, software price basically. And total price is a combination of price and software price, so it will include both the things here. Next one is last question, what are special Azure reasons? So guys, there are a couple of special reasons we have. The very first one is US government, Virginia, and US government Iowa. The very first one is special region. Next one is China East and China North. Third one is Germany General and Germany Northeast. So these are the special Azure reasons we have to provide services. So guys, in this video, very these are the very real-time questions I have shared with you guys, and I'm sure these will be very helpful for you guys, and you will be able to crack your interviews. And I wish very all the best to all the people who are watching or who are going for the interviews. And guys, don't forget to comment, share this video, and hit this bell button on your channel. And As I told you, I have uploaded lots of videos on different technology, and I will be doing the same, whatever I can share with you guys. So please, your comments will be very helpful, and they give some sort of what we should do to improve, to share updated information. So it gives lots of positive things to do in future. So till then, bye bye, have a nice time.